with the lore. This time it is Zed, the Master of Shadows. So the first thing that I'll do, I'll read his lore. Gonna comment, is he good, is he bad? Would I recommend you to buy him or not? And I would tell you some of my experience that I had with Zed. Alright, so let's start with the first part, that is the role. Balance is a lie. We are the true ninjas. Zed. Zed is the first ninja in 200 years to unlock the ancient forbidden ways. He defied his clan and master, casting off the balance and discipline that had shackled him all his life. Zed now offers power to those who embrace knowledge of the shadows, and slays those who cling to ignorance. An orphan, Zed was taken in and trained by a great ninja master. Only one other student appeared to be Zed's equal, the master's son, Shen. It seemed Zed could never win the favor of the master, as every match between the rivals ended in a draw. Frustrated and jealous, he sought an advantage. The young ninja ventured into a sealed part of the clan's temple, where he found an ornate, foreboding box. Sensing the dark knowledge within, Zed knew he should not open it, but he peered inside nonetheless. In an instant, shadows touched his mind, revealing techniques that had long been forbidden. Now armed with a secret edge, he challenged Shen, and this time he defeated the master's son. He expected praise and recognition in his moment of victory, but somehow the master knew Zed had used forbidden ways, and banished him. Humiliated, the young ninja wandered for years. His bitterness turned to ambition, and he began to train others in the style of the shadow. And his power grew, so did his circle of followers, but he knew that without the box his technique would never be perfect. One day, Zed looked at his followers and saw that his students were now an army. He led them back to the temple to claim his prize. At the gates, he was surprised to find the old master waiting, receiving Zed and his disciples as if they were welcome guests. The old man laid the sword at Zed's feet, declaring that he had failed Zed as his master. By banishing his former student, the master had doomed Zed to the shadows, instead of leading him to the balanced path. The old man implored Zed to enter the temple, destroy the box, and lead his followers to balance. The dark ninja followed the master inside. Moments later, the assembled ninjas heard Zed cry out in pain. Mysteriously, he emerged unscathed, and threw the severed head of the master at Shen's feet, screaming in rage. Zed commanded his followers to slaughter the master's students and seize the box. That day, the old ninja order fell. Though many students died, some escaped thanks to Shen's heroic efforts. Now the temple is a dark training ground to the Order of the Shadows. Zed rules as the Order's master, and his edict is simple: perfect one's technique and kill all ninjas who refuse to embrace the shadows. Alright, so that was the Zed lore. First it was a bit, it was a bit rocky, then I got into it. Okay, so let's continue. So the next thing I said, sorry. The next thing I said, I was gonna talk about Zed the champion himself. So, here's his passive, Contempt of the Weak. So he deals additional damage to people who are under half of their health. So he deals more he deals bonus damage, and the passive refreshes for the same character every 10 seconds. So you could keep that in mind if you're a Zed player. Now there's this Q, the Razor Shuriken, where he throws his shuriken in front, where he throws his shuriken normally, like a skill shot, every normal skill shot. Next, he has a shadow, which if he casts a shadow, that shadow can replicate every ability he does and do the same damage. I think he, yeah, does the same damage, and he can replace himself and the shadow within a 4-second time span. His next ability is E, by default, Shadow Slash, where he pretty much spins in a circle and slows everyone within that radius, and of course deals damage. The shadow can replicate that thing too, that ability too. And now let's go to the ultimate, Death Mark. Now Zed is pretty famous for this, because Zed, he leaves a shadow behind and dashes to a champion, marks him with a death mark, and during a certain time the mark will trigger. But the mark does damage, and plus the damage that that target has received during the target was wearing that mark. So if I don't know, if I'm Zed and I ult a Shen gets a mark. And if I deal damage to him, Shen will receive a certain amount of additional damage from the damage I dealt him from the mark. So the damage kinda adds up, and that's why Zed is a good assassin. Recently he got a nerf where he wouldn't dash to an enemy, he would start from his starting position where he ulted from. Which is, I don't know, it's a bit of a nerf and a bit of a buff. I look to it more as a buff, because there was one video I saw, a dude playing Zed, and he was being chased down low HP by a Vayne and Taric. So he hid in a shrub, in a bush, and Taric was gonna come in, and he ulted Taric, leaving a shadow in the bush. And as he was escaping, so as he ulted Taric, he started running away, and he used his W to dash more forward to try and escape from Taric. And well, Taric and Vayne started following Zed, and then Zed suddenly pressed his ultimate button, and he returned back to the bush where his shadow had been. So that's kind of a trick with the death mark. It's a pretty well played trick, honestly. I'm not sure I would think of that if I've been in that place there. I haven't played Zed a lot, but he's a decent champion. I played him a few times. Even though I have pretty bad runes, he's a very strong champion, especially a mid lane champion where he can easily 1v1 other champs if he gets his ultimate. In the game he just harasses with his Q, he has an escape with his W, has a slow with his E, so it's kinda easy. Well, it's not too hard, but it's not even too easy to play him. You still need a certain amount of, well, let's say it's skill to be able to play Zed. Alright, so that would be it. If I remember something additional, I read it down in the comments, which I probably won't because I said everything. Yeah, so hope you liked it. You can press the like button, comment. The comments are very important to me. Tell me your opinion. If you want, I can start posting out different games where I just talk about random stuff, comments about stuff, I don't know, from what you want, the LCS matches, I don't know, to whatever what you follow, or some specific themes, the new patches, buffs, nerfs, and champions if you want. I can make guides if you want, no problem, if I have the champ, of course. But I always choose a champ which is rarely played, because I have that little element of surprise. One time I pretty much almost main singed on top because a lot of people underestimated his E ability. That was his fling, and I could get a person easily under my tower and just kill him. Alright, so I should stop babbling about random stuff. I'll be in the next videos if you want. Alright, so comment, subscribe, leave a like. I will remember you one more time, and it'll be annoying for this, but comment, it means a lot to me. And if you are commenting during this time where I have a pretty low amount of subscribers, I can confront every subscriber, talk to him, and pretty much give him what they want. Give each one what he wants, or she, depends on it. So, alright, that's it. Hope you guys liked it, and see you guys next time.